You don't know? Tell her. All right. A peacock can kill a serpent. Here, what is peacock? Here, Taurus is peacock. Taurus is peacock, and this is serpent. In the opposite direction, it can kill the serpent. There is a symbolism behind it. What is the symbolism? The people who are in Taurus, or you make yoga practice in the reversal path from Scorpio to Taurus, they go to Vaikuntha Loka or Goloka, otherwise it is called Goloka. They are one with Lord Krishna. Therefore, they are not fallen into matter again. They are above the bite of the scorpion, that is the Saturn, serpent, all right? That is why he is called Kaliya Mardana. I told you the other day, a serpent was, on the hoods of a serpent, Lord Krishna danced. Right? And he threw it outside the pond. All right. So that is why the importance, the significance of the feather of the peacock on Krishna's head is that. Therefore, if you meditate the form of Krishna, or if you sing the name and his qualities, if you are dwelling in the life story of Krishna, you will be easily crossing a scorpion, the material plane. You will not be bitten by the serpent. Those who take rescue, who take refuge, the rescue under, who take ashraya, who take path under the feet of Lord Krishna are above the serpents. The serpent cannot bite a devotee of Lord Krishna, all right? Because the fellows who surrender to Lord Krishna, who think of him, who sing him, they are always in the plane of Vaikuntha or Aloka, beyond perception. What does it mean? Beyond perception. Aloka means beyond perception. Loka means perception. Aloka means beyond perception and understanding. But some people unjustly mistook this story that Krishna has so many ladies. No. He danced with so many gopis, cowherd girls. That is not a thing, that is not a play in physical plane. That is a play on the soul plane. All the souls of the gopis are surrendered to Lord Krishna, the all soul. He is the soul of our entire universe. Therefore, all the individuals' minds are absorbed into the universal consciousness when Lord Krishna played with cowherd ladies. All right. He took the consciousnesses of all these people into one consciousness. He gave them identification with himself. Every gopi became Krishna, ultimately. While he is dancing with Krishna, every gopi became Krishna. That happened on the etheric and above etheric levels, not on physical level. He never touched any on physical level, all right? All right, there is another form of God here. Who is that? Lord Shiva. So, this Taurus is bull, you know. This is bull. Taurus is bull. And what is the vehicle of Lord Shiva? Bull. Yes. So, Krishna has a peacock feather on his head, and Shiva has his vehicle bull, Nandi. That is called Nandi. Nandi means Ananda, bliss. Ananda, that is. Therefore, what happens is, if you pray to Lord Krishna, if you sing his songs, if you do practice, yogic practice on higher levels in the reverse direction, what happens is, the serpent in you, that is the low level qualities, the material pain in you, which bites you, come down to, it's pulls down into material level. But serpent in you will go to the higher level of Taurus. Serpent goes to the higher level of Taurus. Such a serpent is called Naga. Naga. Ga means to go. Naga means that do not go. That is stationed at one place. Always at one place. What is that place? He is the bed of Lord Vishnu. Shesha. He is otherwise called Shesha. His other name is Shesha. He is the bed of Lord Krishna. It does not move. It always is stationed. So in us, the serpent goes to the level of Shesha. When you perfectly surrender to the Lord, what happens is your heart itself, your mind itself, the serpent in you will be the seat of Lord Vishnu. All right? So you can glorify it. So you need not suppress the serpent. Don't kill it. Let it be diverted to the higher levels. Let it go to Lord Vishnu as is his bed. All right? Then what happens? Here is eagle. If the serpent goes to this level, what happens? That is the Garuda. That becomes Garuda, the bird of cycles. Eagle. But the story of eagle and snake. Eagle bites the snakes. Eagle kills the snakes. Now, if you worship Lord Krishna and you think about him, what happens is the eagle in you will kill the serpent. That does not mean actually killing, but the serpent will be raised to the level of eagle. Serpent will become a winged serpent. What happens? An eagle has wings. The serpent also has two wings, and it becomes the eagle. Now, in this plane, the serpent and the eagle are one friends. That is why the vehicle of Lord Vishnu is Garuda. The bed of Lord Vishnu is Shesha. Both Shesha and Garuda are friends. They are not enemies to each other. All right. This is what is called Aeon's rod. I don't know actually the spelling of the word. Aeon, what is the spelling? A-A-R-O-N, I think. Aaron. Aaron's rod. That is a story in the Old Testament of the Bible. That is the rod of Moses. That is a story. What does it symbolize? The story is a symbolical story. There is a rod. You put it horizontally, it becomes serpent. Please hear me. If you put the rod on the horizontal plane on the earth, it will become a serpent and bites you. That is, it brings you down into the material plane. But if you keep it vertically, if you put the rod vertically, suppose you can put the stick, any stick, in two ways. One is vertical and another is horizontal. If you put the stick or rod in horizontally, it is serpent. If you put it vertically with the two wings, it becomes a Garuda, the eagle. Or winged serpent. The serpent goes on upward path and it is taken to the upward level. And no more material level, it is spiritual level. Your heart itself will be a bed of, will be seat of Krishna. Your heart is Shesha or Naga, and Lord Vishnu takes rest on it. You are identified with Vishnu. That is called winged serpent. There serpent and eagle become friends with each other. Not only that, they become one with each other. Therefore, their serpent is called winged serpent. Winged serpent. That is the story of Aeon's rod. Moses, Master Moses, he was also a master, you see. Master Moses put sometime the rod on the ground. Then it becomes a serpent. There is a story in the Old Testament. Sometimes he puts this in this way vertically, then it becomes a rod, not serpent, a rod called Ion's rod. That means winged serpent. Their serpent and eagle are one with each other. That is, no more, there is no path of return. You will be always absorbed in the God consciousness. No more you have no chance, you have chance of return backward. That is the story of Ion's rod. Horizontally, it is a serpent. Vertically, it is a rod. It symbolizes our vertebral column. Our vertebral column is symbolized by that. It's also just like a rod here. There is a bore in it. That bore is called Sushumna. The hole in it, the bore in it is called Brahmarandhra, and the hole in it called Brahmarandhra, and so the bore which is filled with tejas, radiation of light. Nothing is visible to the naked eye, but it is a tejas, it is radiation of some light. Such light is called Sushumna. Sushumna, I told you already. Sushumna. Here at the base center there is Kundalini. It have the rings like a serpent. If you do yoga practice, it is raised up to this level. Right? It is raised up to this level. Then it becomes rod. When it here, that is serpent. When it is raised to here, it is a rod. All right. That is the story of Ion's rod in the Bible. The Old Testament, the Chaldean books, the Babylonian literature, the ancient Egyptian stories are very identical with the Indian culture. They are all one. Old ancient cultures of every country is identical with the another. But only the new religions that came into existence, they have disturbed the cultures. They have disturbed the unity of the cultures. I told you, Taurus is the symbol of two forms of God. One is Lord Krishna and another is Lord Shiva. I have dealt with Krishna, now we go to Shiva. For Lord Shiva, what is the vehicle? Bull. And what happens to the Naga? The serpent. It's called, in Sanskrit, it's called serpent, sarpa. In Sanskrit, the serpent's name is Sarpa. Sarpa became serpent in English, that's all. There is a very similarity of so many words of all languages to Sanskrit. All languages are in the world are linked to Sanskrit. Sarpa means serpent. The similarity of utterance you can see. The serpent power, what is the serpent? Pulling down, the Saturn, pulling down to the material plane. That force is called serpent. What happens? You see, I hope you have seen the photos of Lord Shiva. What is there? Around the neck, around his neck there is there is serpent. There is Vasuki, yes. The other serpent who is the bed of Lord Vishnu is Shesha, and now the necklace, the hara, the ornament of the throat center of Lord Shiva is called Vasuki. Shesha is Ananta. Shesha is infinity, infinite time. There is no beginning or there is no end. That infinite time is called Shesha or Naga. And the existence, a particular existence of a particular person, that is called Vasuki. Suppose you have span of life. Some fellow lived 58 years, suppose. From the birth time to the death time, his 50 years time is called the existence time, existence of that particular soul, all right? That existence is called Vasuki. Vasu means existence. Sheshu means remainder. He is a part of God. Sheshu is a part of God. And Vasuki is the decorative necklace of God. All right? What does it mean? What is the meaning of the symbolism? The serpent is raised to level to the necklace, jewel of Lord Shiva, the Lord. Is raised. That is, when you do yoga practice, the downward pull, which brings you down into material plane, will have no influence over you. If you worship Lord Shiva, that is gone, and it becomes a necklace. What happens? This kama, the lust, the sex, that is the suppose serpent is equated with sex, anger, jealousy, such things. They are diverted and sublimated as good qualities. Here, the serpent is not kama, it's not lust, it's not sex. Here it is blessing from throat center. Blessing from throat center. And such a yogi, suppose in such a yogi, his serpent is vanquished, and it has been risen to the level of being a necklace of Lord Shiva. What happens? Here at the throat center, Vishuddhi Chakra. What is the Sanskrit name for throat center? You know, Vishuddhi. Then he speaks a word. Such a yogi speaks a word. That word is a blessing to the other fellows. Through his very voice, through his very word, he attracts the people. Like Master E.K. Simple words. With the help of the simple words, he attracts. Also, he has his wife Parvati. Both of them come under Ardhanarishwara. That is half male and half female. Android. The beginning, the primitive android. That is indicated in the sign Gemini. That's also the throat center. Both Taurus and Gemini also come under throat center. Therefore, Shiva in Gemini wears this serpent. And that means the physical attraction between man and woman, what happened to that? It became attraction between man or woman, whatever it may be, to God. Right? To the all soul, the soul of all. That means kama is raised to the level of prema in Sanskrit. Prema is love, kama is sex. Now sexual attraction was raised to the level of divine attraction, prema. Prema means the attraction between one heart and another heart on the soul plane. They are very near and dear. That may be two females or two males or one male and female also. That makes no difference. They are living above the physical plane. All right? Therefore, for Lord Shiva, the serpent becomes a hara, a necklace. And for Lord Vishnu, the Naga becomes a bed on which he lies. Therefore, don't worry. The serpent cannot bite us. Don't worry about it. It is called Papa Purusha. How is it called? He is sin. In the Bible, it was told about him, the sin, the Lord of sin. In Sanskrit, he is called Papa Purusha. Papa Purusha. Papa means sin. Purusha means consciousness, that sinful attitude. You say attitude. Sinful attitude. Papa Purusha means. Sinful attitude begins with physical attraction. It starts with physical attraction and repulsion. Attraction is...
Papa means simple. Papa means...
Sin. Purusha means attitude here. Sinful attitude. The Papa begins with sin. Sin begins with sinful attitude in man or woman, begins with the sexual attraction. And also it then, the next stage is anger. Suppose I liked a girl to be married to me. She disagrees. I have anger towards her. Not only sex, desire. I have desired a particular, suppose you have a pen. You have a pen. I have desired such a pen. So I ask you to give me your pen. Suppose you are not willing. This is a desire. You are not willing to give it to me. Then what happens? I grow angry with you. So anger is an offspring of is an offshoot of desire. When desire is there in you, automatically anger also follows. Kamat krodho vijayate. Lord said in Bhagavad Gita, in Mandra scripture, Lord Krishna said, Kamat, from desire, krodha, anger, abhijayate is born. Simple. So anger is born of desire. That is the two polarities. The polarity of kama and krodha. They attract. If it is attraction, it is called kama or desire. If it is repulsion, it is called krodha or anger. All right. I hope it's not the case with us both, because you are willing to give me. My friend, my alumni has given me already the pen to come when I was coming into the class. Therefore, there is no more desire. Some people cross over simple desires, but they cannot cross big desires. I want to own $1 million of property. That is a desire. I want to go to the United States and become an engineer there. That is a desire. If you are not able to get it fulfilled, you will get angry. You will get disturbed in your mind. You will lose peace. So desire disturbs. When the desire is sublimated to the level of love, if you desire not a physical substance, not a material substance, but if you desire to have absorption into God, that is love. What is love? The attraction on soul level. If you are attracted by God, here God means not a person. What is He? Lord Krishna is not a person like us. He is a principle. He is the soul of all. When we are attracted, our minds, our hearts are attracted towards the soul which is in all. What happens? That becomes pure love. That is the symbolism behind Sesha becoming the bed of Lord Vishnu and Vasuki becoming the necklace of Lord Shiva. That is the story behind this. Alright? So don't need to worry. Though you have malice, hatred, jealousy, anger, lust, desire, don't worry. If you divert your attention to yoga practice and to submit to God, the Guru, you will feel the presence of God everywhere. I grow angry with you, but when I see the presence of God in you, how can I get angry with you? So the best method is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Param Drushva Nivartate. All the lower impulses will go back. How? Param Drushva. When you begin to taste the higher nature, if you taste love, you will lose lust. All right? That is what he says. If you develop love, you will come out of anger. If you develop love, you will come out of jealousy. You don't be jealous of any person. When you love others also just like you. There is a story of the Good Samaritan in the Bible, in the New Testament. You know the story of Good Samaritan? Good Samaritan. The name of the Good Samaritan, you know. In that, Jesus Christ preached a lesson. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. That is a wrong translation. From Hebrew to English, that is a wrong translation. I will give you the true translation. It is not wrong, it is partially true. Love thy neighbor as I am. That is the correct translation. Because there is no yourself, himself, myself, no. There is only one. Therefore, that one is I am. Therefore, love thy neighbor as I am. That is the correct meaning. All right. I do not know how far I am doing justice to my teaching. With the blessing of Lord and you. Scorpio, the center of Scorpio represents the latest powers in man, the latent powers in man, which are not conceivable, which are not understandable powers. Mystic powers are latent in man. Everybody, there are mystic powers hidden in him. They can be unfolded by crossing the evil qualities. How? It forms, when it is under the lower function, Scorpio is linked with the spleen center and solar plexus. Spleen center here, and the opposite of this center, and solar plexus is the navel center. Now, the lower triad, the base center, The solar plexus and the spleen center come under the sign. All the three together come under the sign Scorpio. It forms a lower triangle, lower triad. It's called lower triad. All the three, navel, base and spleen centers combined called lower triad or lower triangle. In lower planes, Scorpio signifies the function of nerve impulses, emotions, impulses, sentiments. And also it controls the excretory activity. It manages the excretory activity. That is, we pass urine, we go to toilet, all this process is managed by which center? Scorpio. Scorpio in us. It has hold upon the excretory activity. Not only the urine or the matter or something like that, it has also a control over atrocity, release of seminal fluid and matter. Release of seminal fluid and matter. ఏం చెప్తాం అది అది కూడా ఉష్టికంలోది అని. Scorpio indicate the excretion of seminal fluid also, not only urine, etc. Release of seminal fluid also. It has the control over that. In the lower plane, if you are taken to the higher plane, what becomes? The seminal fluid goes to Brahmarandra and goes to Sahasra head center through Sushumna. So, then such fellow has a shining, a radiance over his face. All right, radiance on heart, radiance in face, radiance in head, radiance in throat. Such yogis can bless, can attract any fellow to the spiritual path by word or by glance. By word or glance or a will. Three are the mediums. Word is a blessing, word as blessing, and glance as blessing, will as blessing. A guru belonging to this Vaikuntha plane, Aloka, that is beyond perception plane, such a yogi in whom this Papa Purusha is diverted, sublimated to the highest level. The symbols are the necklace around the throat of Lord Shiva. Such a fellow, he can bless the other people with his word. And then Naga becomes the bed on which the bed sheet on which Lord Vishnu lies. Such a fellow can, with his glance, attract the people, any person, to the spiritual path. All right. Thank you. Namaste.